brand new vlog camera, so this is going to be interesting filming, but I'm going to a brand new gem show that I've never been to in Fort Myers, so we're going to check out what this is like. And I've just been messing around and testing this camera, and already my battery's saying it needs to be replaced. So that's interesting. Okay, getting used to it. New adventure, let's go. One of the smallest gem shows I've ever been to. Oh my goodness, it's so small. Is that a ruby you're working on?
Yeah, it's a pink ruby quartz.
No.
It looks like a ruby,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's actually quartz.
Oh, okay. So lab created?
And that's why you
Yeah.
gotta watch out for unscrupulous salespeople.
Yes.
Hey, no kidding.
Oh, I know. I preach about that all the
Tell
time.
the difference.
Right. Between a ruby and this? What kind of quartz did you call
this
that?
stuff looks just like a ruby does. So,
It sure does. Wow.
This is probably about 1/10 of the cost, if not less.
And they're selling that as
They're
rubies.
selling it as rubies. Yeah.
Wow.
We had a gentleman in here last year. He was in the military and he bought a ruby. It was about 5 carats. Bought it over in Thailand and brought it over here. We checked it out and it was phony. And he paid $5 grand.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a nice piece, and I know this guy. You might recognize him from some of my older videos. And check out this area here. Look at the sodalite. This is Scotty, by the way. Scotty, what's the name of your enterprise?
The Charmed Life sometimes.
Okay. Well, if you recognize Scotty, he's a reputable seller that I like to buy from.
These are pieces of what they call it fire quartz in Madagascar, but they found a very similar material several hundred miles east of, but almost, if you put Madagascar back together with India, almost at the same latitude. This is from Madagascar, that's from, or this is from India, this is from Madagascar, and they look like they came off the same rock.
Yeah, beautiful.
And they're found 700 miles in an ocean away from each other.
Look at this labradorite. Nice flash. Scotty's got a lot of labradorite. So, very good pieces, good value. And then he has a lot. Look at this green aventurine. Glittery green aventurine. A red aventurine. You don't see this often.
That piece might be cuttable, but I bought some big pieces, broke them up and sold them as specimens.
It's beautiful.
I may actually have a couple more big pieces of that.
Look at how much glitter in that. A lot of mica. I just met Carrie. Carrie, if you're watching this, say hi. She was a fan. She walked up and said hi. Look at this amethyst sphere I was just looking at.
That's amethyst.
Yeah.
This one looks more amethysty, but it's what they call lavender rose quartz. Now you want to take a picture or something?
So Scotty asked me to watch his booth. He has to go find the glitter scepters, and I hope nobody asks me anything because I don't know anything about his pieces, but I found this, and it's got an anhydro bubble in it, and I'm gonna see right there the anhydro bubble. Can you see it? I don't know if you're seeing that. Yeah, you can see it. Look at this big citrine that he has. It's huge. Beautiful. Rainbows galore. This is a cathedral, okay? See how if you stood this up, it would sort of look like a church or a cathedral, hence the name. That's why that's called a cathedral. Brazil. Okay, do you like this new vlog camera? I don't know. I'm back. I'm back from the Fort Myers show, and I was disappointed. It wasn't big at all. I mean, now I really, really appreciate the West Palm Beach show, which I used to think was like rinky-dink. I used to actually think that was rinky-dink. Can you believe that? And I guess you know, in comparison to the Tucson Gem and Mineral show, I used to think the West Palm Beach show was kind of small. The Fort Myers, I wouldn't even call it a show. It was a lot of beads. It was mostly beads, and they weren't all gem quality. There's a storm about to come in here, by the way, so kind of windy and noisy right now, but nice and beautiful and energy, which is great. So I wanted to film out here. So, the size of this Fort Myers Gem and Bead show was about the size of one ballroom, oh my finger's right there, of one ballroom in one of the smaller shows in Tucson, because there's shows all around town. Like I'm thinking specifically of the Hotel Tucson, then there's like a ballroom and there'd be several cellars and tables in there. That's about the size of this. There was 2 dealers there today who had actual crystals and mineral specimens, and the rest of the people had beads, a lot of beads, or they had tabs that were already polished, or they had jewelry pieces for sale, but these were not gem show prices, they were retail prices. So I was really surprised and disappointed. The one highlight is that I saw a familiar face, a seller named Scotty, who I'll probably put before this or after this, I'm not sure. When I edit it up, we'll see where it lands. He likes to talk quite a bit. He was there. He is a great seller. Oh, and the other highlight was I met a couple of crystal hotties out there. You know who you are. I met them at the show. They came up and said hi, and I was so glad about that. And I was able to show them who Scotty was, and that Scotty's very knowledgeable about the geology and has very reasonable prices. He doesn't have like the best of the best specimens, but what he does have, if you sift through it and you find some good stuff, you know you'll get it at a good price. You can negotiate with him too, and he knows what he's talking about. Let me show you the one thing that I did get. This is not a haul because I just got one thing, but it was Scotty's, and I want to show you what I got. So let's take a look. So it's a large smoky celestial, and nothing blows away here. Alright, look at this. It's amazing. Double terminated, and it has a perfect anhydro, very large anhydro bubble. A smoky celestial. It's beautiful. This is really hard for me to hold with one hand. It's heavy. My bicep is just ready to give out. So, I hope you enjoyed looking at this. Isn't he handsome? And there's some sticky stuff on the bottom there that I'll have to take off. Alright, I'm really happy I went just for the fact that I got this piece and that I now know a little bit more about the Fort Myers show. I don't think I'm going to be going again though, guys, because there are better uses of my time, and this really makes me want to make sure I don't miss Tucson ever again. Okay,